welcome. I'm Jessie Novak. This is Prenatal Yoga in a 20-minute movement snack. So in this practice, you are going to use a chair or a wall and some mat. We're going to use some laying down poses as well as some standing poses. If you already did the first 20-minute section, this can come after it, or you can do them separately. That's fine too. So we'll start with a little centering, and this centering can be done anytime you're waiting for something in a waiting room, or just waiting in your home, or taking a break away from whatever you're working on. So hands can be comfortably resting on your lap, or you could have your palms up or palms down. You could also change your hands to anything that feels good to you. You are welcome to soften your gaze or close your eyes. And start by noticing what you feel. Excuse me. Noticing what you feel with your feet, or with your hands, or with the seat of your body into the chair. And then shift to maybe picking 3 things that you hear, either inside the room or outside the room, and notice, what do you hear with your ears? And then from here, take a breath. Notice your breath. Notice how it feels to breathe in and out. Some days it feels really nice to breathe in and out the nose. Other days it might feel much better, much more comfortable to breathe in the nose and out the mouth, like a sigh. Either is fine. This is your practice. You get to decide what you choose in terms of how you begin. So from here, you can blink your eyes open, and we'll start with the ends, fingers and toes. You're gonna just tap your feet into the ground. You can use your hands or not. And then you're gonna spread your fingers, spread your toes, and try to drum your toes one at a time into the mat. Try to lead with your pinky toe. And then do your big toe first. Sometimes that can be kind of tricky. You might need to use your eyes, or you might need to use your hands to help you. And then give yourself a chance to pull your big toes up away from the floor. It's like you're giving yourself all the thumbs up. If you can't do that with just your feet, you could reach down and give your big toe a tug with your fingers to help facilitate that. That's always an option. And then relax your toes. And the last one here is to do 1st and 5th toe down, 2, 3, and 4 lifting up. This is a really good way to engage with your arches of your feet and kind of let the dome of your foot spring back up into your skeleton. And then you're gonna relax, release. March your feet, lean back, pick up your right foot, cross your right leg over, and just give your foot some palpation. So noticing what the temperature of your foot is, the density of the tissue, maybe how it feels to slide the tissue around your bones, or you could count your bones. Interlacing your fingers between the toes is a nice way to stretch your toes. You can roll your ankle both directions. Just give yourself some movement at the ends of your body. And then from here, release. You can have your hands staying at your legs or come back to the chair. Flex your ankle and then lift your chest into a hint of back bend. This might feel much better to just stay where you are and not add the back bend, or it might feel really nice to open your chest a little bit, especially if you've been kind of more sedentary than normally. Take another breath in and then release, relax, put your foot down, take a little wiggle, and then lift up your side 2, cross your ankle over the thigh, and do the same thing on side 2. Just palpate your foot, notice what it feels like to move the bones around. Make it pretty functional, so it's like you're looking to see what might be going on with your foot. You can do the interlace with your fingers between the toes if you like. You can circle the ankle if you like. Both. Make sure you do both directions. And then hands could stay at the front, or you could walk your hands back, lifting into your chest. Hopefully you're getting a nice amount of hip sensation on the outside of this bent knee. Just allow for your chest and your back to be lifted and open. And then release. Take your feet down side by side, and you can always move your feet a little bit wider. You're gonna roll your pelvis from side 1 to side 2. Just allow for your hips to move a little bit. Once you've gone a few times in that direction, go the other direction. Let your rib cage and your shoulders and your hips all be part of this movement. And then find center, heel toe your feet back together. And if you were watching on the first little clip, this is the same way you're gonna come up and down. Shift your weight forward, hands come to the edge of the chair, and then exhale, stand up, reach for the ceiling. As you inhale, reach your arms down and back. Touch down with your hands to the chair, and then lower your body. Exhale, reach out and forward. And then as you inhale, reach down, send your sitting bones to the chair. We'll do this a couple more times. All the way up and down, hands to the chair, and then sit down. Last time, exhale to come up and stay up. Shake your arms, let your body sway from side to side, and we'll take a standing side bend, feet right underneath you. Inhale, lift up one arm, side bend, lengthening your whole side body, and exhale down. Inhale, side 2. Stretch through the side body and come down. Inhale, both arms up, standing twist. Look toward one direction. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms go in opposite directions. Look to side 2. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to your heart space. Take a full breath in and out. Good. From here, you might move your video around or bring your chair forward. We're gonna do a little sun salutation with and without the chair. You're always welcome to substitute the chair for something else like blocks if you want, or just skip it all together, but we're gonna use the chair. As you inhale, lift your arms, stretch overhead. When you exhale, bring your hands forward to the chair and let your head get long. Inhale, lift your spine so you're coming into a long, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, shift your weight back onto your feet, and come all the way up. Inhale, full body stretch. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a full breath here. And then again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands come to the chair. You can always bend your knees at any point, whatever feels better to your hips. Inhale, long spine, long legs. Exhale, bend your knees, reach down and overhead, full body stretch, hands to your heart, full breath in and out. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward, hands come to the chair, your couch. Inhale, lift. This time, exhale, step your right foot forward, left leg back, and lower your left knee down. From here, heel toe your right leg out to the side, and then start to glide your hips from side to side. Your hands could stay at the chair, or if it feels better, to lift your chest and kind of stack your shoulders over your ribs, over your pelvis, you could bring your hands to your hips. You're gonna go maybe one or two more, making sure your knee goes over the toes, and then pause. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh, stretch your left arm out and over, and try to imagine the angle coming out of your hand just keeps going all the way out into space. One more breath in. As you exhale, come back up. Hands can come back to the chair. Heel toe your foot forward. From here, bring your forearms down to the chair. So your front knee can be a little bit wider or a little bit more narrow. That's going to depend on your own comfort. And then tuck your back toes, lift your back knee if you want, and you're going to take 3 breaths in this lizard pose. Hands can be open. You can bring your palms together. Keep your focus somewhere that feels good for your neck. And on this exhale, bring your knee back to the mat. Bring your hands to the chair. Push away and bring your knees side by side. Inhale, both arms overhead. Exhale, turn your thumbs down, nod your chin to your chest, and curl, reaching back. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, nod your chin to your chest, curl and reach back. Inhale, lift up one more time, and then exhale, look for your chair, and you're gonna step your left foot forward to the outside of the chair, and then heel toe your leg off to the side. So you can do the same thing on side two, rocking in and out so that you know side two is gonna get a little movement too. Hands can stay at the chair or walk your hands up to the pelvis. Knee stays over the toes, easy movement in your hips. You don't have to make it big, you don't have to be small, just make it feel good to you. And then pause the lunge, bring your forearm to your thigh, stretch your arm out and over your head, and imagine that the top arm just keeps going on and on and on beyond the walls of this room that you're in. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, come back with your hands to the chair. Heel toe your outside foot forward, just to the outside. You can do as close or as far as you like. Come down to your forearms. Lizard pose on side two. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. 3 easy breaths. One more breath in. As you exhale, lower your knee down. Walk your hands to the chair. Bring your knees side by side, and then bring your big toes together. Knees as wide as you like. Sit down with your hips, and you can come with your hands down to the floor for child's pose, or slide the chair toward you and rest your chin to your hands, or rest your cheek to your hands. From here, walk your hands under your shoulders. Push the floor or the chair away. Lean into the chair, tuck your toes under, stand all the way up. And then move your chair to the side or bring your body to a wall. So if your chair is like mine and you're kind of meeting it at the right height, it might feel just fine for you to touch the chair. If you're a little taller than me, which most people are, let's be honest, you might feel more comfortable with your hand to the wall so you have more space to reach overhead. So we're gonna start with standing on your leg that's closest to the chair or the wall and just swing your other leg around. Think about going forward and backward a few times, then go side and in a few times, and then circle. I'm doing about 3, but you could do more than that if you want, and then the other direction. Notice if your pelvis can stay as square as possible, that's ideal. You could flip your back to me and then do the other side. I'm gonna still face you. I'm gonna bring my chair to the other side and swing my leg on side 2, forward and back. Again, I'm doing 3, you could do more or less. Open and close to the side, and then circle. So as big or as small as you want, your pelvis is gonna try to stay still. Go back in, good. And then last one. Bring your body back to side 1 or bring your chair to side 1. Get ready to stand in tree pose for balance. So shift your weight onto your standing leg. Externally rotate your other leg. Bring your foot either to the floor, above or below the knee, somewhere that feels strong for your legs. And then your hands have so many options. They could stay at the chair at your hips. You could bring one or both hands to your heart. You could reach your arms overhead like branches. If you watched the other video, you could do goalpost arms, or super challenge is to bring your hands behind your back. The wall of the chair is always there. And then release, relax. We'll do that same pose on side 2. So you can turn away from me and just listen to my words, or turn like I'm doing, keeping the same focus. Shifting your weight onto your standing leg, externally rotate, coming into chair, or on your, the chair is under my hand. I'm gonna do tree pose with my body. Hands could stay at the hips. You could bring your arms to your heart. You could grow your arms like branches. All of the options are available. Your only goal is to just stay rooted and strong and easy in your breath. So whatever variations that you pick for your practice today, those can change based on what feels right to you in this moment. Good, from here, release, relax, go back to side 1. And then you're gonna do this pose standing up, but then we're gonna do it laying down. So we're gonna do dancer pose. I'm going to turn to use the wall for this one, just so you can see it better. Shift onto your standing leg and reach down and grab onto your foot with the hand, the same hand that's available. Your hand at the wall could stay there, it could reach up. You could always keep the wall. Now let's say your hand doesn't really touch your foot, that's okay. If you want to grab a scarf or a belt or something and wrap it around, that's fine, but you can also just keep it in space. That might even actually be harder to balance. Take one more breath like that, and then release, relax. Side two, turn. You can take your standing leg and arm to the wall. Bend your other leg, grab onto it with your available hand, and then pause. You could slide your hand up, you could do it hands-free, you could bring your hand to your heart or your baby. There's so many options, and all of them are just depending on what feels good to you today in this moment. One more breath in, and then release, relax, shake it out. You can do one more downward dog with the chair if you like, or regular downward dog. Pressing your hands into the front edge of the chair, legs long and strong behind you. Long, easy breath. And then to transition down to the floor, shift your weight onto your hands and lower down one knee at a time. You could take this nice foot stretch, which I know we all love so much. And then come out of the pose. You're gonna now let the chair just be off to the side. You don't have to use it anymore. You're gonna lay all the way down onto your side. So I'm gonna move my chair out of the way. And you can lay on either side first. Come down to your side. You can use your arm as a pillow, or certainly you are welcome to bring a pillow from your own practice or your own home under your head. Imagine you're laying against a wall so that your head, your ribs, and your pelvis are all in line. And then you're gonna take your top leg long and out. Do a couple lower and lifts or circle, kind of try and stack the pelvis, which can be kind of tricky when there's a baby pulling you forward. And then bend your knees. Take a moment, reach your top hand forward, rolling the ribs, and then bend your top elbow, look up at the ceiling. Exhale, reach forward, and inhale, bend your elbow. If you want, when you exhale, reach forward, you could take an arc of your arm, and then back over the top, and then bend in. So these can be also customized to whatever feels better to you. That's up to you. And then from here, keep your top hand either at the floor or to your top hip. Inhale to open the top knee and exhale to close the top knee. Now, as you're inhaling to open and exhaling to close, hopefully you're getting a lot of work to support the pelvis in the hips. So the hips can get really strong as much as we can to help support all this changing anatomy in your skeleton as the baby grows. So take one more like that. Hopefully you're getting some work here. And then you're gonna keep the bottom knee bent if you want, or slide the bottom leg straight. Reach down with your top hand, grab onto your top leg. So now you're doing that dancer pose laying on your side. A little bit different idea of the pose. You could stay here, or other options include half happy baby, holding on behind the knee, or grabbing onto the big toe. Give yourself a thumbs up and then hold on to the big toe. Or any amount that you want to extend your leg up to the ceiling. This can be really nice if you have any kind of swollen ankles, any kind of swollen feet. This can feel nice to just get your feet up in the air. Just take one more breath like this, whatever variation you're choosing. And then to come to side two, you're gonna push the floor away, come to your hands and knees, and do a few tips of your pelvis, cat and cow. You can for sure do this 100 times a day, and it would be great all 100 times. From here, you're gonna turn to your side two, but because I don't wanna have my back to you, I'm gonna turn to you, but you can just lay on the other side. Make yourself comfy, Give yourself a pillow, a cushion with your arm or a regular pillow. Take your knees bent and then stretch your top leg long and lift and lower your top leg. This is really just to help center your pelvis and stack the two sides of your pelvis so that the weight of the baby doesn't pull you forward. So you're trying to keep those stacked. And then from there, you're gonna bend your knees and just leave your knees alone for a bit. Slide your top arm forward, bend your top elbow and look at the ceiling. Exhale to slide your top arm forward. Inhale, bend your elbow, look at the ceiling. You can keep going with that variation or exhale forward. Reach your fingertips up to the ceiling and arc. Come back over the top and bend your elbow. Whatever your head does is fine. If it falls off your arm and you go back a little bit further, that's fine. If you're on your pillow and you're kind of rolling around your pillow, that's fine too. We'll just do one more like this. And then your top hand can stay into the mat or to your top hip, whatever feels better for you. You're gonna keep your hips and ribs and head all in one line. Inhale, open your top knee, and exhale, close your top knee. As you're moving, make sure your breath stays pretty even so that the message you're telling your body is everything is even, the breath is even, the movement is even. We'll do one more time. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. From here, you can keep your bottom knee bent for balance, stretch your top leg, and then grab onto your top leg with your top hand, or you can slide your bottom leg long. Just do whatever's comfortable for you. Head can be down, head can be up. So other variations here can be the half happy baby, where you hold onto your knee behind the thigh, or here's that thumbs up with your foot and then grab onto your toe. You can also stretch your leg up to the ceiling and do some movement in your feet, in your ankles. Taking another breath where you are, and then lower yourself all the way back down. From here, if this is where it's comfortable for you to rest, you could stay here and rest for a few breaths. If you want to come push the floor away and come up to hands and knees and do one more round of cat-cow, or rest in child's pose for a few breaths. You could certainly do that. Take your time to do whatever you need to do for yourself today, and then I'll say thank you and namaste.